Welcome back, everyone. MTG Joe here. We are back with some more Theros Beyond Death streamer early access. We've been playing decks all day, so we're back with another one. This is a... So thanks to Wizards, we have access to all the new cards a couple days before the release to everyone. So this is the new set based around Greek mythology. So what we have here is a Sultai, so blue, black, green, self-mill deck. And what we're trying to do is take advantage of the new mechanic Escape. So with Escape, you can be cast out of your graveyard for a certain cost. So the couple cards that we're looking to abuse here, we have Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. It's a 3-mana 6/6 Elder Giant. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it was escaped. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card, and then put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. So it's basically Growth Spiral, gain 3 life, and then its escape cost is 4 mana and 5 cards from your graveyard. And then we have Polukranos Unchained. This is a 4 mana, comes in with 6 counters on it if it wasn't escaped, 12 if it was. If damage would be dealt to Polukranos, prevent that damage and remove that many 1/1 counters. This one's got quite a bit of text. You can, for 3 mana, have Polukranos fight something, and then its escape cost is 6 and exile 6 cards. So what we're trying to do is self-mill here to get these cards in our graveyard and kind of take advantage. So what we're doing is using the shell that we originally had for the Sultai Troll Food deck. So Emry the Lurker puts 4 cards into our graveyard. It also lets us cast artifacts from our graveyard. So we have a number of artifacts that we can take advantage of this. We have Vantress Gargoyle that can put cards into our graveyard. We can also cast... cast it from the graveyard if it dies with Emry. We have Traveler's Amulet, which is a new card. Or actually, it's not a new card. You can sacrifice it to find a basic land. It's from Ixalan. I guess it got reprinted. So we can search for basic lands and kind of ramp and kind of fix our mana that way. So there's a bit more basics in this deck. We have the Witch Oven combo that works pretty well in this shell. And then we have Stonecoil Serpent, which is good against all the multicolor threats and can be repeatedly cast throughout the game. Lazav is actually a card I'm really interested in trying out. Lazav can become a copy of Uro or Polukranos while it's in the graveyard. We can go from there. Glowspore Shaman is just another way. I'm deciding between Glowspore and Vantress. I just think just the upside's more consistent here. Also can help fix our mana base with the land, so a copy there. Woe Strider is another escape threat. Enters the battlefield, 3 mana, 3/2. You get a 0/1 goat. You can you can sack whenever basically. So you just can scry like that, and then it can escape for 5 mana. And when it comes back, it comes with 2 1/1 counters. So it's a good way if stuff's going to be exiled to put it back into our graveyard. A couple Blood for Bones to get things back from our graveyard if need be. You can sack the cat and stuff. Tamiyo to recycle also fills our graveyard. And then a couple Great Henges. We have a lot of creatures. Great Henge works nicely with this. Every time cat comes back, it draws us an extra card. It works that way. And we can also get it back with Emry. We have Polukranos that can reduce the cost. Vantress. So a bunch of low-cost creatures that can make this come out cheaper. Mana base is a collection of duels and some basics and a castle. Because it's the best of 1 this event, I am just going to be playing in that. So there's no sideboard for these yet. So we've played these decks so far. Most of them are up on YouTube already. We got hopefully 3 to 5 more decks after this, depending on time. So if you are catching this on YouTube and you enjoy the content and want to show your support, subscribing is free and helps out the channel. Oh, we're playing Jim Davis. We can also, if you also hit the like button or comment, both go a long way to helping out the channel. I'm going to oven on 1 so I can Emry on 2. And then if you are following on Twitch, if you're not, follow is another free and easy way to help out the channel. So I'd rather keep Stonecoil, that we could get it a little bit higher. Emry puts cards in our graveyard. There's been a lot of Doom for Toldy style decks. So Emry gets cheaper per artifact you have. Okay, we got the Traveler's Amulet, which is actually pretty good. That'll get us our black mana this turn. Like the Doom Foretold, Temerit, the Self-Mill enchantments being seeing a lot of play. Yeah, Ephemia has been really good. Okay, because we got that, we can Traveler's Amulet, it can get it in, but I think we just go Stonecoil for 2 and get back another Stonecoil. I can get back the Amulet, so maybe we do get back the Amulet, play out the Amulet. And just play this out. Next turn this can get us our black mana. This card's been pretty impressive. This has reach, so it can hold it back for now. Okay, the Oathakaya. That can take out Emry. It can't take out Stonecoil Serpent. Actually, you know what? I screwed that up. I should have Witch's Ovened it. They wouldn't have gained the life. That was my mistake. Vantress is pretty good too. So I think here, I'm not really interested in putting cards in their graveyard just yet, so I'm going to go Glowspore Shaman here. Do I want another land? Probably not, so let's decline here. No attacks. So Timerite, Calls of the Dead is a really good interaction with Ephemia. They both make zombies, fills the grave for you. So we're one off the Great Henge here. We can Lazav, and then if need be, have Lazav become a copy. Lazav can also become a copy of Stonecoil Serpent. I'd like another Emry, please. So if we need to give it protection, it can. Here you could only block unless you have 4 more cards in hand, which we don't. So let's just pass the turn. I just want to get the Henge going next turn. This then costs 1 mana, and we can start chaining together. So they hit Hateful, Eidolon. When a enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control attached to it. We also have this pretty well blocked. They have 7 cards in their graveyard, which they're self-milling, but they are exiling, so it does kind of... Sentinel's Eye. Sure. I'll trade here. Bit of an aggressive line. That's fine though. So Emry comes in. Ooh, we got Yorvo for the following turn. We have 2 mana for Lazav. So Lazav can just copy it to gain reach and trample. Cards in graveyard 5. So next turn we can do a pretty big Stonecoil Serpent, which is nice. This Yorvo can also come in, and then we can copy it with Lazav and then attack in with it. They do have Keen Eye. Oh shit. It becomes a 0/0. Ah, that screwed up the turn. Don't really want to fill their graveyard. Ooh, drawing Stonecoil's nice. So I'm just doing this for 2, gonna block. Let's Uro. Have this enter tapped. We'll escape it back next turn. Do this for 3 this turn. And then just kind of go from there. The Vantress has been okay. Okay, they have all that glitters as well. They are draining us for a bunch of life next turn. We do have Urvo, which can come back. Sentinel's Eye's been pretty good. Let's just get the food token this turn. Ooh, Lazav. So let's escape this first. Just get rid of the lands. let's maximize our mana this turn. 9 cards, so this can attack. Let's play out Lazav this turn. Don't want this. Ooh, Polukranos is nice. I want to do this next turn though. X is 5 here. Attack for 5. They're going to gain 4 life anyways. Polukranos can then fight the Euphemia. And then even if it dies, Lazav can become a copy of it. This deck's sweet. Kind of a misplay the first time. Starfield Mystic. And Eidolon. This dude can get out of hand. I think we need to take care of this first before Eidolon. You have first strike. So another oven. Let's set up the scry first. Don't want the land. Poly K or Poly U this one. Let's get rid of Euphemia. Then we can attack in. Let's cast another Stonecoil. Sweet. Hey Quantum, going well? Just took down Jim Davis with a sweet Sultai deck. It's a self-mill escape deck. Basically, throw cards in your graveyard. Emry lets you recast all these artifacts over and over. You get the Great Henge, and then you just cast Uro and Polukranos over and over again. So we took down Jim there, playing black-white enchantments. I'm just going to give Arena a quick reset. And then we can go from there. We played a bunch of decks today, Quantum. Alright, let's get back into it. That coffee is awful. I'm going to do budget decks on the weekend. Because I have every card in standard right now, thanks to Wizards, I'm taking advantage of it. But when I actually have to assemble my own cards, I'm going to take... Sure. Just get these gargoyles self-milling. You could do probably Mono Black Devotion for pretty cheap. 3 Ayaras, 3 Murderous Riders. 3 Ayaras, 3 Midnight Reapers, and either 2 Murderous Riders or 2 Castles. And then the rest of the stuff can just be whatever. And it should work out fine. We don't want more basics. Mono black, I went undefeated. I did mostly mono white with a little bit of black splash. It was okay. If you can get like enough life linkers like Healer Hawk and stuff early, then it worked out. Me drawing just nothing but lands also hasn't come into in handy. What else? We played mono red Perforos. It went off a couple times, but it was kind of clunky. Ashiok's been very strong. We played her in a blue-black shell, but the Esper versions feel a lot better. You can't attack unless there's 7 or more cards, so you're not really doing anything right now. So let's see if you want to counter a second one. Grey Merchant's just like a stupid card. That's fine. We can get Cat going now at least. I can also sack this if needed. 0.76. Two cards in their grave. Oh, that was gross. Oh, sacking some amulets. So I'm doing this before. I can just use, doesn't matter. And then Temple. This draw has been really bad. What a difference having Emry and not having Emry. I might just concede here. They can also bounce our Vantress. It's funny, we've hit some of their lands that they've needed. Alright, we're on mono Vantress. Hitting the cat kind of hurts. Let's just do this. So I'm going to do this so they don't get the value. The Murderous Rider goes into the grave. They can't cast it this turn. They can bounce our Vantress Gargoyle, which they don't. That's fine. Ooh, Orzhov's pretty nice. So I think this turn, because they can just Teferi Orzhov, which is not as good as just playing a Stonecoil Serpent, which kind of forces their hand because they can't target. Alright, just do Orzhov. Oh, I can't. I tapped weird. Oh, here's my Stonecoil. Your Teferi can't touch it. KG, haven't played Rakdos yet. I played against it in a Grixis, like kind of discardy shell. It was really good. It was like a black-red kind of Phoenix deck. It wasn't that good. There's a lot of coincidental ways to force through, like a Graveyard Exile, like Erebos' Intervention and stuff. So same here. I'm not going to let them resolve this Murderous Rider. Okay, so what do we want to get rid of? One of you, one of you, one of you, an oven and a gargoyle. Yeah, Orzhov has been pretty cool so far. Ooh, Blood for Bones. That's for a future turn. I could technically draw and draw into an Emry, but I don't want to commit more to the board just yet. Let's have the opponent deal with Uro right now. Even just the card draw from it's been pretty good. Like on its face side, like 3 mana, draw. I need an Emry. That's fine. Oh, you know what? I kind of screwed that up. I should have... Oh, Rakdos, sorry, the Boros one. No, I haven't run into that one at all. Okay, so we have Emry. So let's cast Emry. Another Stonecoil. We have Cat in the bin, which is kind of cool. Opponent's also got 9 cards. So what we can do is Cauldron Familiar. I could sack the Cauldron Familiar. I can return to the battlefield Vantress Gargoyle, and then return to hand Uro. And then I can cast the Uro. Haven't run into anyone playing Boros today, actually. That goes away. Play out the line for turn, and then just pass. So Vantress Gargoyle can attack now. So they have to decide what they want to deal with here, unless they have a sweeper. Cauldron Familiar could come back thanks to this food. Nico Bolas? No, I played against Grixis. Sure. Seems like a lot of effort. And they have Kai's Wrath. There's been a lot of like enchantment, like the self-mill enchantment deck. Some Doom Foretold lists. Uro's come. There's been some ramp decks. Thassa in a mono blue shell looked really good. So here, either way, if they've been Emry, I'm fine. We also just get to cast Stonecoil Serpent again. Ooh, Lazav. Okay, so here I'm gonna... Let's start off first. You attack you. So Lazav can become a copy of Uro. Yeah, we're gonna keep the big dumb dude. That sounds like a plan. So what's in my graveyard right now? I actually think Witch's Oven might be the best. So I'm gonna just cast Witch's Oven. And then I don't really want to exile the Stonecoils right now. So I'm going to keep Uro in there, because then I can just copy it with Lazav. And then I know Polukranos is on top, so there's no point in... Yeah, it's all like Greek mythology, which is really sweet. This is another turn where interesting to see what they target. So that could be a removal spell. It's fine if they're going to go through the effort of thought erasuring it again. I can just get it back with Emry. I am missing plays here where I should technically draw first. Okay, so we beat them anyways. But against Esper, they're going to beat us. They're going to beat us. Their life total's not really going to be relevant. Cool. I'm just going to give this a quick reset because there's a lot of people on the server right now for the VIP. Oh, come on, load. Yeah, this one I actually really liked. It was funny. So they kept delaying the start time because they were having some bugs with the VIP client. So it was supposed to be like 11 Eastern and we only came up around 1. So I had pre-downloaded it's like a different client for this, so you have all the cards. It's pre-downloaded this morning. It was like 5-10 minutes for a 3 gig file. When everyone was trying to re-download it once they put the patch in, it was crawling. It took me like half an hour to get going. This hand's cool. I would like a 1-drop artifact ideally. We could start with this. Actually, I should have probably started with Tomb. Technically, I can have all my mana up without shocking. Where were you last turn? Just past turn. This is a red deck. Alright, what do you do? Enters the battlefield, put top 2 cards in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. What's in your graveyard? Gain control of target creature for as long as Chrono War until turn creatures your opponent control attack each turn. Each top creature deals damage equal to its power. So I get Emry here. And what are you? Death Touch? I think we Emry. Got some good stuff there. I'm going to shock here. Yeah, self-mill seems to be kind of the go-to. There's a lot of good strategies. Play your exile effects for the graveyard. There's a lot of incidental. Especially if the Harpy, I can't pronounce its name. So I'm fine just using this to like trade off if need be. Okay, so there's Kroxa. Kind of wanted to hit a land drop, to be honest. So I could Traveler's Amulet. I also have Oven in there, so I can get Oven going. With Cat, that buys me a turn. I can Urvo this turn, just gain a life, try to naturally hit a land drop. Let's try that, maybe. We get the Henge. So missing a land drop there hurts. If I draw a land, I could Henge next turn and then cast Traveler's Amulet, I could cast Traveler's Amulet and do it. Okay, so we need to get rid of this Priest. Another Familiar. No blocks here because I don't want to sack my I don't want it to come to a point where I sack my Emry. So this card's been seeing a lot of play. Timerette, Calls of the Dead. Oh, come on. So let's set up Oven here. Let's get the Traveler's Amulet. The awkward thing here is I gotta pop this for green mana in order to cast the Henge next turn, so I don't get the cat this turn. Just a little annoying. I think once we get Henge going and then you have the cat, it becomes pretty sweet. No blocks here. If they want a priest, they can priest. Kroxa can also come back. So they gain control of Emry. They're going to sack my Emry, so I'm just going to sack it for my own value. I'm going to hold off on the cat because I want to do it with the Henge. Because now I get a card draw off it. And I gain the life. So let's... In case I draw Emry, I think I want to do this first. Until your next turn, creatures your opponent control attack each combat if possible. Just want to see if I grab blue or Emry. Okay, I don't. So let's play another cat out. Then I could set up for Polukranos next turn with enough mana to fight the priest. What's your... Each tapped creature deals damage equal to itself, its power. So here we just do that. No attacks. End turn. Until your next turn, creatures your opponent control attack each combat if able. Interesting they didn't sack the priest. You can block right now, but do I want to do this before? Doesn't make a difference. Okay, so this is like a steal and sack deck, so it's Rakdos. So let's sack Stonecoil here. Ooh. Ox is also cool. Our cats are gonna have to attack. Another Henge is fine. Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I should have done the cat there. So I can go Polukranos, which I think where we start. And then fight the Ox. Play this tapped. Till your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. Okay. Must attack. So I think we sack one of them. Probably just want to get this Death Touch one off the battlefield. Actually, do I even care? That's fine. I'm gonna gain a bunch of life. So because this is tapped, now I'm gonna sack it to the oven, and then I can get 2 foods back. You know what? I kind of screwed that up because Priest is gonna come back. Actually, Priest will sack. I can just bring in a cat back. Opponent's at 29 cards, 33. Only seen the one Emry, and we don't have a Lazav either. Lazav just copying Uro is probably going to be a really good play this year. This deck's been fun. There's a lot of lines to it. And even that start that we had was pretty... Oh, that was the other game. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Kroxa. Sure. You enter the battlefield. I will discard. Do I care about Vantress? No, I actually don't care about taking 3 damage here. I gain 2 each turn. So that gets us another draw. 3 Uros might be too much, to be honest. They don't really play well in multiples, so we might want to cap it at 2. Like, I don't even truly care if this dies. I just want Lazav. I want Lazav to become an Uro. Ooh, Tamiyo's nice. And we got Lazav. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So let's start off with Lazav. So Lazav can become a copy of a creature. I don't think I want Blood for Bones. And then I can Tamiyo for Emry back. Cast Emry, and then I can start getting those chains going. Emry also costing 1 mana is really sweet. Oh no, I don't have blue mana. Ah, you stupid auto tapper. Stupid auto tapper. I don't care about lands. Well, that was a mistake. When you assume you have perfect mana base. So my Lazav's going to become an Uro next turn. They bottom it. They're at 12 cards. Well, this looks like we need to do this now. Otherwise, it doesn't really pay off for us. Then just draw a bunch of cards. This engine is like really, really good. Okay, that's fine. Hang one just in case they have a steal effect. So I'm gonna have to go Yorvo. They can shoot 2 damage at something. I kind of want him to do it to Polukranos. That's fine. So they can't cause us to sack permanents. They also can't cause us to discard. 6 damage. I'm probably just going to take this, to be honest. I want to fight these Mayhem Devils. They can sack with Priest. I just get rid of the Cauldron Familiar. Claim of the Firstborn. They do get 2 points of damage here. And worst case, if they do Polukranos, it just comes back as a 13/13 with fight ability. Might want Massacre Girl. If they try to sack a Priest, then I'll flip it over. Okay, they're doing this all before my cat comes in. Okay, so they don't respect Lazav. Oh no, wait, Lazav pops off there. I'm gonna wait on the cat until I fight one of these. Okay, so let's start off with Emry. Another Gargoyle, another Polukranos. So we can escape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drawing to another cat helps. So let's fight here. And I can bring back a cat, which we can do then. So let's just pass the turn, go to discard and discard. Probably just Traveler's Amulet, don't need that right now. I'm also like close to milling myself out. Okay, so they can bring back cats now. If they want to bring Priest, they can do that. They need a creature to make us sack something. But I can bring back the Familiar. Just gonna start bringing back these Uros now. 6/6 with lifelink, or with gain life. Another Croxa. We can get rid of the Uro. I don't need this many. Plus we can cast from our graveyard. I also have a 10 power Polukranos. I was just going to machine gun this board. Polukranos has been pretty cool. Pretty cool. So they bring back Ox. Basically just shred whatever's left of their graveyard. They're at 22 cards. We're at 18. Okay, and they got another oven. So they can start getting some oven shenanigans going. Cool thing is if we fight here, they can only do a point of damage here. And it gives us one more card draw. See if they want to sack their board. They can do this all just to get Polukranos off. They can bring back a cat that takes out Emry, and then they sack two things. Oh, you know what? We should have sacked. So they deal 1 damage to us each turn that we sack, but they take 2. So we net out with them. So it's fine. We do kind of draw through our deck though. It just drains them faster than it drains us. Oh no, actually we're taking 2 because of the sack and the sack, so that's not good. Okay, that was dumb. My mistake. Poly K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't really matter at this point. Here's my 13/13 that you've tried to kill multiple times. So they're going to try to pull in as much damage as possible. It's fine, it keeps the counters on Polukranos. Let's attack for 2. We do draw cards here, so we have to be a little weary how far we go. So I don't really... we might need Emry. This one's been a bit of a grind, but it's been a good game. Ah shit, they have Mayhem Devil. We're just going to drain them as much as possible. So I'm going to keep one sack up in the event they try to steal Polukranos. Okay, we can also just like massive Stonecoil Serpent next turn and then just call it a day. Can they kill us this turn? It's basically what it comes down to. They can attack with the cat, which we take. Oh, they got another cat. I think they got us here. Triple Mayhem. Seems to be pretty good against us. Yeah, they 3 us, and then they have the sack here. Opponent got us. That one was close. Alright, I'm going to wrap this one up. Going to take a couple minutes, just regroup, and then I'll come back with another list. Going to take a look what we have left, haven't played, and then go from there. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back probably in like 10-15 minutes, and then we can take it from there. And then these will be up on YouTube shortly as well. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great one.